Imagine this. You've poured your heart into someone, trusted them with your secrets, your dreams, your very soul. And then in a single moment, they turn that trust into a dagger and plunge it into your back. The sting of betrayal doesn't just hurt, it scars. Welcome to Stoic Blueprint, where we forge unbreakable spirits through wisdom and strength. Today, we're diving into the 7 betrayals in relationships you should never forgive. These are the lines crossed that demand you stand firm, rooted in Stoic resilience, and sharpened by the edge of dark psychology. Why unforgivable? Because some wounds reveal truths about others that you cannot unsee. Stoicism teaches us to control what we can and let go of what we cannot. But it also demands we protect our inner fortress. Dark psychology shows us how betrayers exploit our weaknesses, manipulating the very bonds we cherish. So grab a pen, steel your mind, and let's uncover the betrayals that should never be excused. Stay with me because by the end, you'll know exactly how to guard your soul and rise above the pain. Let's begin. The first betrayal you should never forgive is deception that shatters trust. Lies are the poison that seeps into the foundation of any relationship, eroding it until nothing remains. At Stoic Blueprint, we know trust is sacred, a bond you build with care, brick by brick. When someone lies, they don't just break a promise, they desecrate your inner sanctum. Stoicism teaches us to value truth above all, for it aligns us with reason and virtue. A liar, however, chooses chaos over clarity, cowardice over courage. Dark psychology reveals why. Deceivers exploit your openness, weaving webs of half-truths to control your reality. They know a single lie, well placed, can twist your perception, leaving you questioning your own judgment. Picture this: your partner hides an affair, or a friend conceals a betrayal for their gain. Each lie is a calculated strike, designed to keep you in the dark while they pull the strings. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius remind us, if it is not true, do not say it. A liar betrays not just you, but their own soul. Forgiving deception invites more. It signals weakness, inviting the manipulator to strike again. Instead, see the lie for what it is: a revelation of character. Cut the cord, guard your fortress, and never let a deceiver back in. If this resonates, forge your iron will in the comments. Let's build that unshakable strength together. Stay with me, Stoic Blueprint warriors, because the next betrayal cuts even deeper. Infidelity is a blade that cuts deeper than words can describe. The second betrayal you should never forgive is disloyalty through cheating. At Stoic Blueprint, we see relationships as sacred pacts, built on mutual commitment. When someone strays, they don't just break a vow, they shatter the trust that holds your world together. Stoicism demands we focus on what we control: our actions, our integrity. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Infidelity is our outside event, but forgiving it risks inviting chaos into your inner fortress. Dark psychology unveils the betrayer's motive. Cheating is often about power, not love. The unfaithful seek validation, exploiting your loyalty to feed their ego. Imagine your partner sneaking behind your back, whispering sweet lies while chasing fleeting thrills. Each act of infidelity is a deliberate choice to prioritize their desires over your dignity. Forgiving this betrayal signals that your boundaries are negotiable, inviting further disrespect. Stoics teach detachment. Let go of those who lack honor. Dark psychology warns, a cheater's remorse is often manipulation, not regret. Protect your soul by walking away. You deserve loyalty, not half-hearted promises. If this hits home, type "Forge your iron will" in the comments. Let's stand strong together. Stay tuned, Stoic Blueprint Warriors, because the next betrayal reveals a cowardice that stings just as fiercely. Picture your world crumbling, then imagine those closest to you vanishing. The third betrayal you should never forgive is abandonment in crisis. At Stoic Blueprint, we know life storms reveal true character. When a partner or friend deserts you during your darkest hour, they expose a cowardice that cuts deeper than any blade. Stoicism teaches us to face adversity with resilience. As Epictetus said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. But those who flee when you need them most betray the bond you built." Dark psychology reveals their motive: self-preservation. They prioritize their comfort over your pain, exploiting your vulnerability to dodge responsibility. Think of a partner who ghosts you during illness or a friend who vanishes when you lose everything. Their absence screams louder than words. They value themselves above your shared history. Forgiving abandonment invites further betrayal. It tells them your needs are disposable. Stoics don't cling to those who lack courage. Instead, we build our strength, knowing we can face any storm alone. Dark psychology advises, recognize their weakness as a warning, not a reflection of your worth. Protect your inner fortress by letting them go. If this strikes a chord, drop "Forge your iron will" in the comments. Let's rise above the cowards together. Stay locked in, Stoic Blueprint Warriors, because the next betrayal is a sinister twist you won't see coming. What's worse than sharing your deepest fears, only to have them weaponized against you? The fourth betrayal you should never forgive is the exploitation of your vulnerabilities. At Stoic Blueprint, we believe true strength lies in self-mastery, but sharing your weaknesses with someone you trust is a sacred act. When they use that trust to manipulate or wound you, they cross an unforgivable line. Stoicism, as Seneca taught, urges us to guard our inner peace. No one can harm you unless you let them. Yet a betrayer who exploits your insecurities, your fears, your past, your doubts, steals that peace deliberately. Dark psychology exposes their game. They prey on your openness to gain control, twisting your vulnerabilities into tools for dominance. Imagine a partner who mocks your deepest insecurities during an argument, or a friend who leaks your private struggles for leverage. This isn't a mistake. It's a calculated strike to keep you weak. Forgiving this betrayal invites further erosion of your self-worth. Stoics rise above by reclaiming their power, refusing to let manipulators dictate their value. Dark psychology advises, recognize their tactics and sever their access to your soul. Protect your fortress by choosing who enters wisely. If this resonates, type "Forge your iron will" in the comments. Let's shield our spirits together. Stay with me, Stoic Blueprint Warriors, because the next betrayal will make your blood boil. Few betrayals burn as fiercely as being shamed before the world. The fifth betrayal you should never forgive is public humiliation. At Stoic Blueprint, we know your dignity is your armor, forged through self-respect. When someone mocks you openly, spreading your secrets or ridiculing your flaws, they don't just wound you, they try to dismantle your very identity. Stoicism, as Marcus Aurelius taught, reminds us, you need not be hurt by the opinions of others. But public humiliation is no mere opinion. It's a deliberate attack to strip you of power. Dark psychology reveals the betrayer's intent. They humiliate to elevate themselves, using social dynamics to isolate and control you. Picture a partner exposing your private struggles online or a friend mocking you in a crowd for laughs. This isn't carelessness, it's a calculated move to diminish your standing. Forgiving such a betrayal signals that your honor is negotiable, inviting further attacks. Stoics rise above by mastering indifference to external judgment, knowing true worth lies within. Dark psychology advises, see their act as a projection of their own weakness, not yours. Cut them out, rebuild your fortress, and stand taller than their pettiness. Your dignity is non-negotiable. If this fires you up, drop "Forge your iron will" in the comments. Let's reclaim our power together. Stay locked in, Stoic Blueprint warriors, because the next betrayal strikes at the heart of your dreams. Your dreams are your life's fire. Woe to those who try to extinguish them. The sixth betrayal you should never forgive is the sabotage of your ambitions. At Stoic Blueprint, we see your goals as sacred, a reflection of your purpose. When someone undermines your aspirations, be it through doubt, interference, or outright obstruction, they don't just attack your plans, they assault your very soul. Stoicism, as Epictetus taught, urges us to focus on our own path. First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. But a saboteur seeks to derail you, envious of your drive. Dark psychology exposes their motive. They sabotage to keep you small, feeding their insecurity by dimming your light. Imagine a partner dismissing your career goals as unrealistic, or a friend subtly thwarting your progress with distractions. This isn't concern, it's a calculated effort to chain you to their level. Forgiving such betrayal invites further sabotage, signaling your purpose is expendable. Stoics rise by guarding their focus, undeterred by others' envy. Dark psychology advises, recognize their actions as a mirror of their own failures, not yours. Cut ties, protect your vision, and pursue your path relentlessly. If this ignites your resolve, type "Forge your iron will" in the comments. Let's chase our dreams unapologetically. Stay fierce, Stoic Blueprint warriors, because the final betrayal cuts to the core of who you are. Your values are the compass of your soul. Lose them and you lose yourself. The seventh betrayal you should never forgive is the betrayal of your core values. At Stoic Blueprint, we hold principles like honor, integrity, and truth as non-negotiable. When someone pressures you to compromise these, pushing you to lie, cheat, or abandon your moral code, they don't just betray your trust, they attack your very identity. Stoicism, as Seneca taught, demands we live in alignment with virtue. We are born to live well, not to live anyhow. A betrayer who tempts you to forsake your values seeks to corrupt your essence. Dark psychology reveals their aim. They erode your principles to gain control, knowing a compromised soul is easier to manipulate. Picture a partner urging you to betray a friend for personal gain, or a colleague nudging you toward dishonesty for profit. This isn't a mere suggestion. It's a calculated assault on your character. Forgiving this betrayal risks unraveling your moral foundation, inviting further corruption. Stoics stand firm, choosing virtue over convenience. Dark psychology advises, see their pressure as a test of their own weakness, not yours. Sever ties with those who disrespect your principles and guard your values fiercely. Your integrity is your legacy. If this stirs your resolve, drop "Forge your iron will" in the comments. Let's defend our souls together. Stay strong, Stoic Blueprint warriors, because next we'll forge a path to rise above all betrayal. Betrayal stings, but it doesn't define you. Your response does. At Stoic Blueprint, we don't just endure, we rise. The Stoic response to betrayal is rooted in control and clarity. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Accept betrayal as a fact, not a verdict on your worth. Grieve the loss, but don't dwell. Focus on what you can control: your boundaries, your growth, your peace. Set ironclad standards. Let no one who crosses these lines linger in your life. Stoicism teaches us to detach from those who lack virtue, freeing us to build stronger connections. Dark psychology sharpens this approach. Betrayers reveal their patterns: deception, cowardice, envy. Study these signs to spot threats early. Protect your inner fortress by trusting actions, not words, and never let guilt lure you back to toxic bonds. Betrayal is a teacher. It shows you who deserves your loyalty and who doesn't. Use the pain to forge resilience, turning wounds into wisdom. You're not a victim. You're a warrior sculpting an unbreakable spirit. Every cut makes you sharper. Every loss makes you wiser. Rise above by living your values, pursuing your purpose, and surrounding yourself with those who honor your trust. If this empowers you, type "Forge your iron will" in the comments. Let's ascend together. Stay with me, Stoic Blueprint Warriors, because our final step will ignite your unyielding strength. We've unmasked the 7 betrayals that demand your resolve: deception, infidelity, abandonment, exploitation, humiliation, sabotage, and the assault on your values. At Stoic Blueprint, we don't forgive these, not out of spite, but to protect our souls. Each betrayal is a crack in your fortress, but you're no victim. You're a Stoic warrior, forged in the fire of adversity. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Let betrayal be your teacher, not your chains. Dark psychology has shown us the betrayer's playbook: manipulation, envy, control. Arm yourself with this knowledge, set boundaries like steel, and walk away from those who dishonor you. Your spirit is unbreakable when you live with purpose, virtue, and clarity. Rise above the pain, not by hating, but by thriving. Surround yourself with those who lift your soul and never compromise your worth. Stoic Blueprint Warriors. Your strength is your legacy. Forge it daily. Drop "Forge your iron will" in the comments to claim your power. If this video lit a fire in you, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications to join our tribe of unyielding spirits. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, and let's build a community that stands tall against betrayal. Until next time, stay resolute, stay stoic, and keep forging your unbreakable spirit.